A Port St. Lucie man is facing charges after a road rage incident inside a gated community. The entire thing was caught on camera.
CBS 12's Al Peffley joins us live tonight over at the Port St. Lucie Police Department with the details in that shocking video. Al.
Jim, police say it's not clear what set this guy off, but as you're about to see in the cell phone video of this road rage incident, he grabbed his gun, got out of his car, confrontation with another driver. 63-year-old Paul Slane is facing multiple charges after Port St. Lucie police say he pulled out a handgun in a road rage incident.
This guy's behavior is absolutely unacceptable, unexcusable, and he's going to be facing the consequences.
So, folks, I think there's something regarding the Second Amendment that I think probably isn't talked enough about, and we have a situation that happened the other day that I think brings up a couple of really good points. Within the Second Amendment, it says well-regulated. And for a long time, politicians, presidents, people who love gun control have thought or assumed that that means government regulated. It doesn't. The Second Amendment was put in place to regulate a tyrannical government. So what they meant by that is self-regulation. And we can go on for a couple of days as far as what self-regulation actually means in terms of the Second Amendment, but just to be quick with it, it means simply being responsible, making calculated decisions, understanding when to pull your firearm, or when there's a situation that doesn't call for that. And today's situation is one of those where you just kind of scratch your head and you say, you know, maybe this individual needs to work on the well-regulated part of the Second Amendment a little bit more. So this incident was a road rage incident where an individual in a Mercedes decided to pull his gun and be a big tough guy. We've seen this time and time again over the internet. Somebody's scared. I don't know, maybe they've never been in a fist fight, or they just don't know how to regulate their own emotions, and they go to, oh, I'm going to be tough and I'm going to try to intimidate you. It rarely works out for that person, and this situation, he got off easy.
Held without bond this morning. He's been accused of threatening two people with a gun in a road rage incident caught on camera in Port St. Lucie. Police say 63-year-old Paul Slane hit the brakes in traffic, and the truck following him had to stop abruptly. They say the victims tried to go around Slane, who followed and harassed them all the way to their gated home in a gated community. Police say Slane got out, threatened the couple with a gun while shouting obscenities, all as the woman in the passenger seat recorded on her phone. Police and the victims are uncertain of why Slane was so angry.
We haven't really been able to lock that down, what exactly set him off, but who knows, it could have been a bad day, his goldfish could have died.
Should I shoot him?
The video also shows the victim driving, also had the gun in his lap. At one point, he asked, should I shoot him? Investigators say Slane tried to grab the woman's phone as it was recording. Slane is now being held in the St. Lucie County Jail.
So road rage is always an interesting thing. I wasn't the best at it when I was a younger man, but nowadays, best thing to do is just stay in your car or let it go. It's not worth it. What are you gonna do? You punched a guy. Badass, dude. Have fun in jail and, I don't know, paying his medical bills and whatever else. It's just not worth it. But in a situation like this, let's start from the top. If you have to get out of your vehicle in a road rage incident, you're already doing it wrong. You're in a vehicle. You can drive away. That's pretty much where this ends. Flip the dude off, whatever you need to do. That's still usually not recommended. But just take off, go home, make a big old sloppy sandwich and watch a show. Leave it alone. But no, so this guy got out. And if you notice right at the beginning, he is walking up with a gun. Now, I'm trying to put myself in this situation. It's really hard to calculate exactly what you're gonna do watching this because it's not an actual situation. Your adrenaline isn't running. But I can tell y'all, if somebody is walking up to me, pissed off, in a road rage incident with a gun, I'm not waiting. And one of the main reasons why is because I follow a very simple principle with gun ownership that if I have to pull it, there is a very high chance that I'm using it. And that goes along with why I'm pulling it. It's probably because you have a gun. You're advancing towards me with a gun. You're pissed off. We've all been to the range. We know how long it takes to draw it up and be quick with it. Barely a second. That's not a lot of reaction time, especially sitting behind a pane of glass. So that being said, the guy in the truck probably understood a little bit more about the situation and probably knew that the guy was just trying to intimidate him. Once he gets up to the vehicle and he starts putting his hands in your vehicle, that's escalating the situation. And as we can see, the guy's just holding his gun right here. I don't even know if the guy in the salmon colored shirt even saw his gun. I imagine if he did, it would be a very different story, but I'm really curious as to what y'all would do. A guy's walking up to you after a road rage incident, putting his hands in your vehicle, trying to slap whoever's filming's phone away. It's a pretty tough situation. Now, if you were to give this to an attorney, a judge, and asked if this guy would have shot him, especially after he was putting his hands in his vehicle, all that, would it be considered self-defense? Most likely they would say yes, if they're able to consider reaction time, all that other stuff. So if this individual shot him, it becomes a very interesting situation. Is he gonna be arrested after? Is he gonna be charged? It's a question that we don't really know, but from watching this, all of our answers would be no. It's justified. He's being aggressed on, the guy has a deadly weapon in his hand, and at any moment he could have pulled that gun up and shot him. Shot his wife, whoever else was in the vehicle. So this situation is the exact reason why I recommend everybody out there gets an attorneys on retainer membership. Now, we've all heard about self-defense coverage in the industry. We've heard a lot of controversy go on in regards to why attorneys on retainer versus other insurance companies out there. And the answer is very simple. When you call into attorneys on retainer after a self-defense incident, you automatically have attorney-client privilege. You don't have that with a lot of these other insurance companies because they have glorified call centers that you call into that are not attorneys. As far as everything else goes, attorneys on retainer, they cover your bail hearing, bail coverage, any deals before the trial. If it gets to it, your trial, expert witnesses, everything having to do with the trial, no money out of your pocket. And if you lose or you take a deal, there is nothing in their contract that states you have to pay them the money back, like some of these other insurance carriers have in their contracts. And look, I know there are other people on YouTube promoting these other insurances. Here's what I'm gonna say. Do your research, decide based on that. There is nothing even comparable to attorneys on retainer. So we're giving you $50 off your individual sign-up fee. There's gonna be a link and code below the video. Go make sure your freedom is protected.